Class 4 for race number 3. We're on the turf for the first time in the afternoon. It's a 1200-metre handicap here, headed by Burst Away, who was running up on his final start last season. That was over course and distance behind Regency Darling and Ria Poses. Looking good. Course and distance winner first up last season. Nordic Warrior one started as a Griffin, finished second to Speed Vision. Follow Me makes his debut for champion jockey Zach Purton and champion trainer John Size. Touchdown Striker, horse coming out of that Speed Vision race. Emerald Spur, beaten favourite in his last 2 starts. Jumbo Bus, a lot of money for him on debut last season, down to Precious Sweetie, who was last on the opening day behind Triumphant Jewel.
Let's have a look at the speed possibility here with Regency Darling and Precious Sweetie. One from a low barrier, one from a wide barrier. Money Moore has shown pace in the past. Yichong Pegasus was very forward in his recent trial and may be pushing forward, looking for a spot, perhaps try and push Money Moore down to the rail. Jumbo Bus is handy in his recent efforts as well, but he's still very green. So there could be a little bit of fireworks in the early stages.
Here's Nordic Warrior. He's only had the 1 start here last season, but he looks like he's summited very well. He's come through it okay. Neil Cullen will take them out on race day, and a horse who is travelling well in the mornings. He's got an awkward barrier draw already there. Kaki's another one that does catch the eye at track work. Yet to have a start for Tony Millard. He dropped his rider once, and then the typhoon called the meeting off. So third time lucky for Kaki. Chad Schofield will take them out on race day. And here's the first start. I thought I'd show you this one. Follow Me. Had 2 trials in Australia before he got here. He's had 2 trials here. 1,088 pounds. He's not too far away as well. He seems to go okay in the mornings.
All right, we'll keep an eye on him then. Just going to start off here, though, with Douglas White. He'll be riding the top weight here, Burst Away.
Douglas Burst Away, on face value, looked like he had every chance last time out. Were there excuses, though?
I don't think so. I think the condition of the track, having had a lot of rain and carrying the 133, he turned for home and he kind of went through it so well, and I let him slide, and I think the weight took its toll the last 100 metres, and the lightweight came back and nabbed him. The horse seemed in reasonable form, and hopefully he can bring that last run back to the races, and he'll be competitive.
How's he done through the off-season from your riding experience with him?
Yeah, he's done well. He's not a horse that needs a hell of a lot. He's big, but he seems to have come to hand quite quickly. He trialled with a bit of purpose last week, and I've worked him since, and he seems in good order.
He's £4 better off with Regency Darling, who beat him then. And he's put a bit of weight on him during the off-season too.
He is, but Regency Darling's got a good barrier. He's drawn 7, which is a touch awkward. So I think they're both worth going into the tips for sure, for me.
Yeah, I don't know if he dogged it then or not, but obviously Douglas said, I don't know, I just wonder if it's the weight, as Douglas mentioned there. So I'm going to wait with Burst Away until he drops a bit more weight that he has to carry.
All right, I was perfectly happy with the explanation. I said he got there, I thought he took win his race and
yeah,
might have got a little bit tired. But there you go, Nordic Warrior. Well-bred this one, or certainly well-related. Full brother to Slade Power, champion sprinter in the UK. This is his only start today.
Yeah, and both these two come out of Griffin Company, obviously Touchdown Striker as well. I think probably Nordic Warrior's the most interesting of the two, but he's drawn 13. He actually was eased out of a barrier trial in late August, but then performed well on the 11th of September under the guidance of Neil Callan. The gate was the issue for me, and I think Touchdown Striker, he kept battling on okay.
Yeah, I found a spot for Nordic Warrior on a minor line because I think he's an improver. I reckon he could be one that we could say afterwards he's one to follow out of this race, though, because he's only had limited starts and, well, only the one here, which was that second, and I think he ran well.
All right. Slade Power was trained in Ireland, I know, but his Group 1 wins, July Cup and Diamond Jubilee, were in the UK. Yichong Pegasus, I thought he was turning out to look quite progressive last season, let's put it that way. Emerald Spur the same, and this is the first starter to Follow Me. Yeah,
I like the first starter, actually. He's had a couple of trials here, both Zach Purton aboard in both of them. He'll ride on race day, drawn 5, just John Sizer's 6th runner for the season. I don't mind the way he moves. I'm going to be very interested to see what he does when he let down. Emerald Spur wanted to lay in that trial, and Yichong Pegasus, when he initially started racing, was sort of coming from the back, but they've taught him a little bit to sort of travel forward.
Yeah, he's got a wide draw, so it'll be interesting to see where they do end up running him, but I think he's got plenty of ability, Yichong Pegasus. He's had that campaign under his belt now, so I think he's a better horse with it.
All right, OK, the third. I thought there were a stack of chances in here. Paul, what did you get with
Yeah, I have 2. That's why I'm going to go with Kaki, my long shot in this particular race. He has been with Tony Millard for a couple of starts. He looks like an improved horse. Yet to get to the races. He's had a couple of miscues, but hopefully this will be the one. And I think it's quite an even race. Looking good. His trial wasn't that good, but his track work is very good. So I'm going to give him a chance. Yichong Pegasus, I think, is a horse on the up, and Nordic Warrior is the improver. So 6, 3, 8 and 4, but 6 each way, and he'll be my long shot for the meeting.
I'm going to take a chance with the first starter here, Zach Burton to ride for John Size. I've been quite impressed with the maturity that he's shown in his 2 trials. The one on the dirt, he zipped out quickly and then just allowed to plug to the wire nicely. Same in the one at the Valley. John Size obviously thinks he's ready to go to the races, and I think he'll acquit himself well. Friends of Nanjing's been a mate of mine for a long, long time. He's now down in class, been with Dennis Yip for a while. Trial was good. It was quiet but good. Zach Burton also rode him in that trial. Regency, Darling and Burst Away, they've got the form from that key race we saw earlier. So I'm going to work around the 7 on an each-way basis and go with the 5 in second. 7, 5, 11 and 1.
All right, Burst Away for me, but so I think there's a lot of chances in race number 3.